Imagine yourself taking a test, the adrenaline coursing through your veins, and the constant thoughts of, will I pass? Is my score good enough? How would this test affect my grade, my career? Before you know it, your heart rate increases and you begin to feel anxious.
Anxiety is commonly experienced for both males and females. Research about anxiety is still a new topic that is currently being explored. Anxiety is known to vary between each individual, such as experiencing different symptoms and having different expressions for coping with the stress hormones. Due to the uncertainty of anxiety, it is important to learn how it affects students, since it will affect future decisions that they'll make outside of the school environment.
Anxiety is the body's response to stress and it varies per person. Although there are multiple studies exploring how anxiety differs per individual, the results for each experiment vary greatly due to some researchers claiming there is a significant difference between males and female anxiety and others claiming there is not. Overall, our main research question is how does anxiety differ between both genders? The hypothesis of our experiment is that females will experience higher anxiety levels compared to males during a high-stakes test.
The way we formatted our experiment was that we decided to take subjects from AP Biology and AP Calculus to receive our data on their semester final. These two classes were rigorous due to the advanced curriculum that they hold, which is why we decided to count them as a high-stakes test. After doing research surrounding anxiety, we decided to test anxiety based off of a 1 to 5 self-rating scale, which was included in a survey we made, and heart rate. The anxiety scale was for qualitative data, based on the student's perception of their anxiety, and the heart rate was for physical quantitative data. In order to conduct the experiment, we devised a survey which contained the 1 to 5 self-rating scale, identification questions, and a question asking if anything could have affected their heart rate, such as medicine or caffeine. If they did have anything that altered their heart rate, we removed those participants from the data.
A week before the students took their semester final, we did a control day to see how their heart rate was on a normal day. First, we used the heart rate monitors to take the heart rates of the participants, and we wrote it down on the survey we handed out to them. Similarly, on the day of their final, we repeated the process by taking their heart rate and giving them the same survey. As we proceeded through our project, we came across many limitations and challenges. For example, we had an uneven sample size between the women test subjects and the male test subjects. However, according to our advisors, this unevenness did not have a significant difference in our data. In addition to this, we had fluctuating equipment in terms of heart rate monitors. We ended up asking the students to estimate the numbers for their heart rate levels, which may have affected our results.
We compared the control day with the test day data that we obtained and used a double-sided t-test to analyze the statistics, and we ended up with a t-value of negative 0.936 for the heart rate data and a 0.987 for the anxiety perception self-rating scale. With this, we accepted our null hypothesis for the heart rate results due to the t-value being less than 0.10. However, for the anxiety perception, we claim that there was a significant difference between males and females due to the t-value being greater than 0.10.
In conclusion, the findings of our experiment was that there was not a significant difference in anxiety levels between males and females during a high-stakes test in a physiological way. Although some may view this result as inadequate due to there not being a significant difference, this finding is still astonishing. It demonstrates that there are no physical changes between males and females when experiencing anxiety during a high-stakes test. This can lead to equal opportunities for both genders. However, when looking from a psychological standpoint, there is a significant difference in perception, with females having a higher perception of their anxiety compared to males. This finding helps prove that our hypothesis was correct for anxiety perception, but not for the heart rate levels. Also, it is important to acknowledge that even though females had results that were significant for anxiety perception, both of the genders still experienced some form of anxiety. This is an important discovery because not only is this finding something that we did not fully consider, but it leads us to the question of where does this experiment take us next? And the answer to this question is, in order to continue future work, research on how to lower or control anxiety levels for both genders must be done.
It is important to do this because the students will become the future of our society, and it is clear that tests are inevitable throughout the process. Ultimately, finding proper research on how anxiety affects individuals and the solution to cope with this stress can affect the outcome of the future. Thank you for listening.